Have you ever found yourself questioning if some actresses rely a bit too much on their enchanting looks? Today, we're delving into the glitzy realm of Hollywood, where beauty sometimes takes the spotlight. But does the talent follow suit? We know you're going to have your say about that, but let's get to it without further ado. Number 1. Malin Akerman. In 27 Dresses and The Heartbreak Kid, no one paid much attention to this blonde Swedish beauty. As Silk Spectre 2 in Watchmen, she did show some spark, but after that, she did flops like Couples Retreat and Wanderlust. Based on her emotionless and stilted acts, we can say for sure that she should have stuck with her singing career. Malin Akerman was the lead in the show Trophy Wife, which is a funny name for her because it fits her so well. Number 2. Kristen Stewart. Stewart would have won more than one Oscar by now if acting was a swing that went from sighing heavily to, well, sighing more heavily. Aside from being great in other ways, her Bella role in Twilight series has to be one of the most expressionless movies ever made. In 2010, Stewart performed her best in a movie called Welcome to the Rileys. However, many of her peers have since made better movies. She should know that a pretty face and lips that are always puckered can't replace feelings. Number 3. Beyonce. Music fans worldwide fell in love with Beyonce when she sang Crazy in Love. The next thing she did was act silly in Austin Powers and Goldmember. Did you think Beyonce heard the bad reviews of her performance? She went on to make forgettable movies like The Pink Panther, Dreamgirls, and Obsessed, the last of which was a complete disaster. The 2013 movie Epic finally showed Beyonce what was wrong with her acting. Her voiceovers were fine as long as she wasn't seen on TV. Number 4. Jennifer Aniston. In the 1990s, most guys had a big crush on Jennifer Aniston's character Rachel on the hit show Friends. Her performance in The Good Girl showed that she's really good at acting, even though she is really pretty. Aniston's most recent projects have become more and more similar. This could be because she's bored, overconfident, or unable to change to different parts. Her appearance made movies like Horrible Bosses and We're the Millers more interesting, but her acting had nothing to do with how well these movies did at the box office. Number 5. Sarah Jessica Parker. Oh, an actor who thought doing the same thing she did in Sex and the City would work in every movie. For some reason, Parker has only been cast as a snobbish, high-class woman because she isn't very good at acting. Unfortunately, she also failed to do well in her comfort zone. Sex and the City 2 was an assault on the senses for viewers. At press events, she just flashes that smile of hers. Many think she could never make it big in Hollywood because she's too specialized. If you keep making bad movies, what's the point? Number 6. Paula Patton. If you look at Paula Patton, you'll think she's dead. Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol, Patton's biggest hit, came out 13 years ago. In it, she was the weakest link. Do you remember that horrible showing dress at the end? 2 years later, few serious movie fans who saw Baggage Claim would agree that Patton lost all of her acting skills. Did she ever even know how to act? That's the question. Number 7. Jennifer Lopez. The 1986 movie My Little Girl is to blame for making the very hot J-Lo want to try her luck as a full-time Hollywood leading lady. Lopez has only really shined in one movie so far, Made in Manhattan, 2002, and that, too, because she had an author-backed role. The only other movie she was in that stood out was Shall We Dance, but Richard Gere took all the attention, which is only fair. People never quite got J-Lo to make them say, "Baby, I love you," over her. Number 8. Lindsay Lohan. The pretty girl was a terrible actor, but movies like Freaky Friday and, to a lesser extent, Mean Girls made her look good. Lohan thought that her first movie's success at the box office showed how good an actress she was, and then a string of bad movies came out. Finally, everything came to a head with the huge flop, I Know Who Killed Me. For that acting, she won a Razzie Award. In the badly received movie Liz and Dick, the pretty woman also messed up a perfectly good play about Elizabeth Taylor. Melissa Joan Hart. Melissa could break many men's hearts if looks could kill. Most of her TV roles, especially on Sabrina the Teenage Witch, were huge hits, and no one could have imagined that her career as an actress in movies would be such a complete disaster. To be fair, Melissa doesn't have any big-budget projects either. Most of her movies are just made for TV. In every part, she smiles, and then she smiles some more. It's clear that casting directors haven't been pleased. Pretty face, and not much else. Number 10. Megan Fox. There are times when Megan Fox's career has been rough, so we can't say that Jennifer's Body was just one of those mistakes even the best actors make. Fox did not have a good reputation in the business world after signing on for movies like Whore and Passion Play. The stunning actress proved in Friends with Kids and This Is 40 that she has never been and will never be anything more than eye candy. Number 11. Kim Kardashian. Where do we even begin to talk about how hot this Holly girl is? A leaked private tape of Kardashian with her ex-boyfriend, RJ, was her first, but some would say only, claim to fame. Many people knew she would never be a great actress because of how bad the movies she chose were. While she was on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, both Drop Dead Diva and Deep in the Valley got terrible reviews. Of course, by winning a Golden Raspberry for her acting in Disaster Movie, Kardashian had given an early indicator of her acting talents. Number 12. Keira Knightley. Keira Knightley will likely be the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the phrase breathtakingly beautiful. Sad to say, the same thing won't happen when you hear the words brilliant actress. Her most recent movie, Jack Ryan's Shadow Recruit, has sunk without a trace. In great movies like The Duchess and Anna Karenina, it was her airy beauty, not her smooth acting, that stole the show. Knightley will win your heart if you give her big, fancy sets and royal clothes. Watch her in any of her not-so-big movies and your time and money will be ill-spent. Number 13. Katherine Heigl. Many people call Heigl a rom-com specialist, but Knocked Up 2007 was just a flash in the pan when it comes to her Hollywood work. From that point on, the movies she chose and the ones she played in steadily worsened. Heigl was awful in One for the Money 2012, which is why she got a Razzie. Heigl is always in newspapers, star apps, and media events now that she's older, but her film career has come to a stop, thankfully. Number 14. Gabrielle Union. Dark and fiery beauty? Yes, check. Without any fears in front of the camera? Yes, check. Successful model? Of course. Acting abilities? None found. Gabrielle Union had a forgotten part in 10 Things I Hate About You and a stupid cheering act in Bring It On, but those were almost 15 years ago. And since then, she has given fans one bad performance after another. Singing absolute turkeys like Good Deeds and Meet Dave hasn't helped either. Number 15. Cameron Diaz. Not many managed to star opposite Tom Cruise and yet deliver one of the biggest duds in recent times. But Diaz did that with Night and Day. The sad thing about Diaz is that she has it in her to perform, and she has up to 4 Golden Globe nods to show for it. She comes across as unpredictable, which can only explain why Diaz signed The Counselor, The Green Hornet, and so many other gems. Also, what about the Charlie's Angels movies? Oh, come on. They were just about a fun girl gang. They didn't need any serious acting. Number 16. Meagan Good. The name Megan, or Megan, and Hollywood probably don't go well together, since this pretty woman's attempt to make it big in Hollywood have also failed. Good has been sexy in her movies, at parties, and award shows. She seems to think that her goods will speak for themselves in movies. When Good's career started falling apart, she tried her hand at horror movies like One Missed Call and Saw 5, but no one noticed her in those either. Meagan Good is living proof that hot sirens don't have to be good actors. Number 17. Sienna Miller. Sienna Miller was in a lot of very hot steamy scenes in Factory Girl, Alfie, and Layer Cake. At first, watching the blonde bombshell push the limits of how bold she could be on TV was fun. Soon, though, it got boring and Miller's friend count decreased. She didn't have many fans to begin with. Miller's part as Caitlin in The Edge of Love made people pay attention, but now she's back to playing dull characters in even duller movies. Her next movie, American Sniper, didn't look so good. Aside from her, only God knows what else in the movie looks good. Number 18, Paris Hilton. We all know that Paris Hilton is only in the news because she's pretty and has a lot of oomph. By the middle of the 2000s, when the scandalous movie One Night in Paris was making the rounds, Hilton had no offers for normal movies. She had to settle for TV movies or direct-to-video movies. Also, her acting in Bottoms Up was so bad that it would give you nightmares. Yeah, real nightmares. And that's a wrap. Now we want to hear from you. Who, in your opinion, has left their acting skills in the shadows of their beauty? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Any other actresses you believe deserve a spot on our list? The discussion continues down there. Do you like this video and want to see more like it? Then don't forget to hit like and ensure you subscribe to our channel. Till next time, thanks for watching.